Norm Macdonald did a great one. He talked about like an astronaut going to the moon. He's like, man, like what do I got to do to be famous? Going to the moon. Like what do I got? And we only know like 1 or 2 of them went to the moon. He's like, how do I top that? Now you have 2022, like the Kardashians and like.
Well, they're not going. They're actually barely even getting out of the.
But more people know the Kardashians than the that land on the moon. Because
Buzz Aldrin, right? That was
but
old school, dude.
But I'm saying though, it's like we live in a world where it's so easy to be famous, and the intellectual bar is going down so much that if I want to be famous, I don't go and have an intelligent conversation. I act like a fucking idiot. I go.
That's one way to get famous.
But
there's other people who get famous from being smart.
Give me TikTok better than Joe Rogan. And
you say TikTok?
I mean, but give me who else?
Jordan Peterson.
You're naming 3 people who are conservative icons. Most people.
I'm saying whether they're left or right. There's people on the left who are smart.
Most people, you go talk to most people. Nobody's listening to Ben Shapiro and Jordan. You have
his tax income at the end of the month would beg the difference.
Yeah, but again, we're talking about like the vast majority of like 18-year-olds to 25-year-olds. Why nice people? You should call them assholes, because we live in a world where, like, you know, you go back, like, they wear suits, they would dress nice, they were talking away. Now, if you want to make money, you want to be famous, you got to be an outlandish. I mean, look at me, for instance. You got to be an outlandish. You got to walk around with your shirt off. You got to wear a rash guard everywhere you go. We just got to.
A rash guard.
We just got to. I mean, that one weirdo. We just got to.
Talking about John Danaher?
Yeah, John.
Smart dude, man.
Oh, he's again another weirdo. I wear a rash guard to a wedding because it keeps me warm. You're a weirdo and you want attention and you're pandering. You're pandering to the 10th Planet.
No, he's not 10th Planet.
Well, but again, all the 10th Planet guys worship that guy. And I love.
Well, they worship Eddie
Casey.
Bravo.
I'll give you a shout out. My boy Casey Hasselstead in Vegas. The guy's a killer. If you're ever in Vegas training with him, 10th Planet guy, one of the best coaches ever. But anyways, we talk about Danaher.
John Danaher. John Danaher, yes.
But he might be a smart guy. He is a smart guy because he comes from
jiu-jitsu.
He comes from jiu-jitsu, and then he manipulates people like, I wear a rash guard. I'm a weirdo. And everyone, like, he creates this cult-like following. Like,
But my thing is, Sean,
a world of clowns. World of clowns.
But why did he create that cult-like following?
Because people are dumb.
It's not because he's a talented
jiu-jitsu
because people outside the thinker?
No. But you have these people, like, I mean, who the is John Danaher? He wrote a book on jiu-jitsu?
No, he created a lot of the moves that these guys use.
But again, at the end of the day, dude, we live in a world of clowns. And that's one thing I'll say about you, dude. You're not even Joe Rogan. You guys aren't a clown.
No.
But the breed of intellectual people is going down.
I agree with you that.
And we are a dying breed because, like, what we have now, like, it's a dying breed, dude.
Let me ask this, Sean. Who do you like?
I like Joe Rogan. It's hard, man.
I'm sure he's done some stuff to piss you off, though.
I mean,
we all do. If you talk long enough, you're not going to be pleased with everything anybody says 100% of the time.
The problem is, dude, like, I get along a lot with, like, Russians and, like, a lot of these, like, harder people. They're not clowns.
Yeah.
They're just solid guys.
Yeah, they're tough.
And then you come to America and you got the Ronda Rouseys. No offense, I know you like the girl, but, like, you got these just soft, weak
brother. I'm telling you, Ronda.
Ronda Rousey
did not grow up soft.
Hey, let me tell you, Ronda Rousey's a hard bitch. She's strong. No, I'll tell you, Ronda Rousey. I mean, she went in there and, like, she people up as a fighter. Ronda Rousey deserves all the credit she gets. All the credit she gets. When I say soft, that's not what I mean soft.
Tell me what your
I mean
definition
soft,
of soft
just
is.
like.
Oh, you're talking the way she dealt with the loss.
You think you take Alex Pereira, any of these Brazilians, and you give them all this money, and they go get knocked out. They're gonna go on the Ellen and be like, "Well, I went back to my country. I had no running water, no food, no electricity, and I looked in the mirror with all my millions, and I thought about killing myself." No, they're gonna be like, "Man, I came from nothing. I can't even drink the water in my country. I'm a happy." And so that's what I mean by soft.
I get you.
And the problem is too, another thing we have.
That's also her perspective, right? She has no other perspective.
But
she didn't grow up in the favelas.
Perspective, and this is another thing, like the modern generation that I can't stand. It's always perspective. Like, let me tell you, Brendan Schaub's perspective, so you understand why his views suck. And you're like, oh, well, I get that. No, motherfucker, you don't get that. Just because you have a perspective and I could somewhat relate to it, it doesn't mean it's right.